You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I accountant? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh my God, what world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water and see how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails which part is which.
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 19th edition of the award-winning Kenosha Today Weekly Report.
What award?
Well, it's fake news.
Oh, I thought we didn't make stuff up here.
It wasn't for the spelling bee, I can tell you that.
Again?
Jeez, I thought that didn't look right. Coming to you live. Oh, yeah, it is kind of bad, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
Coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP. Streaming live and booming across the very warm and balmy cornfields of the Midwest. Reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners residing here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. With us this morning, my spelling advisor, and who is now in charge of helping us bring a more kinder and gentler Kenosha Today show. Elmo Schneider is here in the Enchanted Kingdom this morning. Elmo?
Good morning. Being the diligent community watchdog that I am, I do have to give some kudos to the city of Kenosha in their plowing efforts. I was out surveying the landscape this morning, and I'm proud to say that the trolley tracks are fully plowed. Other streets may be impassable, but the trolley tracks are plowed.
Well, the trolley doesn't start till about noon. In fact, I don't even know if the electric trolley is running during January. But that's good that they plowed the
trolley tracks. Yep.
And I thought the only thing plowed last night was us. Also, my bowherd hero, Spider Ronnie, succumbed to the snow today. So
I went past his house. He hadn't even been outside yet. So.
Yeah.
So he'd be busy shoveling.
Yeah, I know what he's doing, staining the fence again.
Uh-huh.
And, of course,
it's just a colorful euphemism.
Yeah. That's what they're calling it nowadays, right. Staining the fence.
Right.
And engineering and board operating the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. Back in the WIP saddle, Wacky Wayne is here and looking for more of whatever.
Yes.
Now, you come from Antioch. How was the roads coming in?
It was an adventure all the way.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Always an adventure.
See, now, if we extend our trolley out to Antioch,
yes,
you could just hop on that.
I could.
And
it's just got to start running earlier. Noon doesn't really help me. I'm not going to get here in time for the show.
That's probably a plus.
All right, sign me up for that. Riding the trolley in, guys. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it.
This week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge. I can't believe I was that far off.
What you do, make it after a production meeting?
I must have.
Okay.
I can't even. That's now that I'm looking at it.
There's an X and an F in there that doesn't belong. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of things that don't belong in that word. Anyway, the Kenosha Today Brain Trust pre-selected the word, and obviously they didn't spell it.
They pre-selected the word, not the spelling.
Right. I have spell check too, and I thought that would automatically do that. I guess if the little red line underneath there would indicate that is wrong.
That is the wrong. Yeah, that would be nice.
That's really embarrassing. A guy that. Well, I can see now I wasn't in the gifted program. Coming up after the... Anyway, if you say the secret word, I forgot, you'll win a $20 Boathouse gift card. And coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And, hey, before we go any further, Elmo, you want to talk about this is the Super Blood Wolf Moon.
It's coming up tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night it is.
We won't be able to see it, but it'll be there.
Well, you're supposed to be able unless we get.
Well, I don't know if
I was going to say
how clear up.
Right. It's not going to clear up tomorrow night. We're supposed to get another round of snow tomorrow night.
This is the first total lunar eclipse that will be visible before midnight from start to finish in the majority of the United States.
Begins at 10:41 p.m. and will become total at 11:12.
Now, the super blood wolf moon is a combination of 3 lunar events. Supermoon is when the moon is closest to the Earth in its orbit during its full phase, making it appear bigger. Yeah, starts at 9:36 Eastern Time on Sunday and ending about 1:50 a.m. So, I guess, and it's
Harbinger of doom.
And this is important to everybody. Why? I mean,
Harbinger of doom.
Okay. Well, that would be important to guys like Anthony Kennedy. We'll have to go out and see if he can see the moon. Howl. Is that where did the wolf used to howl here? Super blood.
No, I think the full moon in January is called the wolf moon every year. So.
After the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written on the deck at the Boathouse Pub.
Not this week. It was written in a bunker in an undisclosed location somewhere near downtown Kenosha.
What is it?
What?
Oh, the top 10 signs of the impending apocalypse.
Top 10 signs of the impending apocalypse.
How about that? This is Elmo's deal.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
You want me to check the spelling?
Yeah. Yeah, I want you to check the spelling.
Also, that goes back to when I was a kid. I told my dad that I was in a mixed relationship. And he says, what? She's gifted and I was remedial.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go.
Also, during that half hour, we'll be playing Stump the Chumps. And we'll be allowing one of our lucky listeners an opportunity to see if they're actually smarter than the chumps that sit here in the studio every Saturday. Proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that at least one child should be probably left behind. If you're successful in stumping the chumps, we're going to let you join us for an upcoming show and see for yourself the intricacies and the planning and the technology that goes into producing a high-powered, high-energy, award-winning show like this.
Yes. Fake news.
And then after 11:30, our weekly high fives, zingers, and doofus. Elmo, what's the as the what turns today?
As the harbinger turns.
Harbinger turns.
You didn't know what a harbinger was when we discussed this.
I knew what a Harvey Wallbanger is.
Completely different story.
Oh.
Yep.
And it gets even better, folks, for those who might have forgotten. Tomorrow, noon each and every Sunday, you can relive the magic here at AM 1050 and listen to the replay of this show. Now that we're not up against... Oh, there's a football game on.
Probably.
There's
No,
today.
not until 3:40. So
Today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
And then there's the other one at night.
It's after that. Yep.
Yeah. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Hey, Eric.
Eric. What country are you in this morning?
Did I hear you say that the trolley tracks are plowed?
Yes.
Does it go past my house? I got to get to the boathouse.
I was there and you were missing.
Yeah. Elmo went down for
I'm
breakfast.
not there. I'm at home. That's all
that-
the trolley's going to pick me up and drop me off at the boathouse.
I don't think that... Well, here's the crazy thing is the tracks are plowed. However, the trolley, I don't even think is running during the month of January. I think they cut it back.
Oh, man.
So, I mean...
No, I think the
bouncing...
The gas one does not run.
But
I did notice at 3 a.m. when I was coming home from work that they did have the trolley tracks plowed last night or this morning as well. They got that down. They got that going.
I was out surveying the snow conditions in downtown Kenosha this morning, and while some of the streets were not plowed, the trolley tracks were.
Can you believe this guy? He's telling us that out early this morning, surveying the streets, he couldn't even see the street.
At
2 in the morning.
That. Hey, don't forget that. Remember, we heard that good Taco Bell joke yesterday.
Well, that's coming up.
That's coming up.
That's coming up.
Don't
okay,
steal
I just didn't want you guys.
Don't steal
put
his thunder.
that in there somewhere.
You want to tell it now?
No. That's on the zinger.
Oh, it's on the zinger. Yeah.
You gotta. Yeah, the moment's got to be right.
Yep.
Filled up the
right.
act.
Hey, Captain Mike left the building. Apparently. Wait, from what we heard.
He's been out of the building for a while, I think. We're talking physically speaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
He did go to Mexico, right?
Let's not talk about the turnstile.
I was just getting ready for work here. I was supposed to be there, probably around 9:30 or 10. someone has to be making those fine patrons, drinks, this early in the
There was
morning.
there was one person of the staff showed up.
Hey, why don't you share with us, because I thought Captain Mike flies down from Milwaukee. He was very proud of himself. He gets a one-way or a nonstop ticket to Guadalajara, right?
Correct.
Okay, and this is just as a rumor. Speculation had it. You were talking to some customs agent down there, and apparently the captain went through the turnstile. And go ahead, you finish it off.
Well, hey, haven't you ever had your belt caught in the turnaround thing before?
And so you got to visualize. So
I was just trying to give him more. I don't know if that. I'm sure that's not what happened, but I was just trying to give him a little bit of a cushion. A little bit of an excuse for, sometimes when you get caught in the turnaround, you don't make it to the bathroom in time.
That's what we're getting at.
Like I said, I was trying to make it sound better. I don't think he got caught in the turnaround. I think it just didn't turn around fast enough.
He didn't get the quarter in fast enough.
Oh, yeah, you had to put a quarter in, right?
Pesos.
And so you can picture this 70-year-old guy zinging around in a turnstile.
72.
And
it'd probably squeeze your bladder. If you're lucky or not lucky.
And
he's probably listening to this.
For some people.
And he's wearing tan pants on top of that, so you can visualize this.
Man. And you call them that? It's a sweat mark. It's not a pee stain.
So here's the guy named Walt going, "Welcome to Mexico."
Oh man.
Well, we'll see if he calls in. Walt. Bubba.
Well, that's not a Mexican name.
Well,
it's got to be like Juan or Jorge or Felipe.
Whatever you want to call him.
All right.
So we'll see.
I just wanted to give you guys a call and say you're doing a fine job on keeping us updated on the plowing of the trolley track situation, and just wanted to make sure that somewhere in there, we got to slip that. Well, not we. I didn't have anything about the Taco Bell joke.
Okay, but here's the Kenosha Today up to date. This is the latest. We just got this right off the WLIP weather deck. Here's our forecast.
Wisconsin's getting a lot of snow. Wisconsin's getting 12 inches of snow or over. It's going to be 30 plus centimeters of snow to hit Wisconsin. It's supposed to be a lot of snow and strong winds. It's supposed to be...
How do you like that?
Wow, Captain's got a hell of a set of lungs on him if he can yell that from Mexico.
Yeah. Hey, I got another call to take. We'll see you at the conference later.
All right. Stay out of trouble. Heave-ho.
Oh, yeah, there you go. All right. We're not taking this other one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. Is it private or
Yes, it's unavailable.
Unavailable, that's one. And then you can watch the replay of this finely tuned, professionally produced Excuse for Radio show on Spectrum's Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6 p.m., and the very coveted Saturday morning time slot at 2:30 a.m.
bar time.
And so for you night owls who probably get a little overserved on Friday, not to point out anybody, and trying to get lucky with that, that special someone, don't be offended when she says, "Do I have to stay awake for this nonsense?" She's probably
I'd rather be watching the Kenosha Today show.
Right, sure.
Oh, that'd be rough. I don't know how you bounce back from something like that. The hit to the ego alone.
Everybody can now sign up with the thousands of fans and listeners who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation, liked us on Facebook. And you can feel free to join us Friday afternoons about 3 p.m. AM Corner at the Boathouse. We had a great crowd last night. That was about
AM Corner or Amen Corner?
Amen Corner.
Yeah.
At 3 p.m. I'm sorry. Got a bunch of things to talk about. We'll get to this, but the Kenosha News starts this series as though they can do us with all the panache that they got going on down there.
Finish the story.
Finish the story. And we've got, I'm going to read this one, maybe Shirley.
We'll be starting that as a regular feature next week.
Yeah, but I've got a sample of what could happen. Shirley.
You haven't seen
What are we doing?
Well, the news has this, they started this story. For example, it was a cold, sunny and cold Saturday morning in mid-January.
Okay.
And Mary White bundled up to make her way to the Rotary Center for the Arts of the Winter Harbor Market.
Okay.
She came every week for her favorites, but she often took home something different as well. As she walked around the typically crowded space, she bumped into a woman in a blue coat and hat who looked, could it be familiar? Could it be Gunga? Or could it be Shirley? Let's take this call, and then I'll finish this off if this is what I think it is. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Hey, Scott. How's it going?
Morning, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you bail me out?
Of jail?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
I was snow blowing my driveway, and I had my ski mask on. I forgot to take it off when I went to the bank.
So, unfortunately, we're a little busy today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could you enlist maybe one of the plows from the 17th district to come over here and help me too?
Oh, they're
fully
busy.
occupied.
They started at 8:00 yesterday morning. About 6 hours before the first flake even hit the ground, and they're out there chipping up asphalt and everything else. They just wanted to be ready, so they're on lockdown. They're not going anywhere.
Oh.
So.
Bad news all the way around.
Yep.
Well, Dennis, call me back. I'll give you a second call in the second hour.
Well, at least you guys made it.
There's good news in everything, right?
Took the trolley.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You're providing a public service to millions of listeners.
We're a public menace is what we are.
All right, guys.
Hey, wait a minute.
Stay warm.
My caller just left me, but last week, there was the big article of Peter Barca's car was stolen from his driveway.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was you or one of the callers. You know what? I'm going to have to save this. I'm going to say, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll save this. But we, the investigative reporters, went to work and we got to the bottom of the Peter Barca cover-up.
I'm sure.
We're always at the bottom.
The bottom. Oh, look at, are these all lined up?
It would appear so, yes.
Legitimate calls?
So it would appear.
We'll take them one at a time. Dennis, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, take it easy.
Everybody's
Bye-bye.
at home listening.
Yeah. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning.
Nothing
Morning,
better
Shirley.
to do with your time.
I'm so glad you made it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I.
Work?
So, Shirley, here's the
Yes.
deal. Here's the deal. This Kenosha News is starting this deal where they started the story and they're letting people write in to finish it. Okay, now I almost got some for next week, but here's how this could be. As she walked around the typically crowded space, she bumped into a woman in a blue coat and a blue hat who looked so familiar. And, we've always heard that her herb was top shelf, and we just couldn't wait to find out for ourselves. Don't knock it till you tried it, but we tried it, our friend. But we'll never smoke weed with Shirley again. We learned a hard lesson in this small Kenosha town. We fired up a fat boy and passed him around. The last words we spoke before they took us in, we made roadkill bungee jump, but we'll never smoke weed with Shirley again. Now we're passing the guitar and telling good jokes. We could tell one's a coming because we're smelling smoke. No, we did not partake. We just let it pass by with a smile on our face and a great contact high. In the fetal position with drool on our chin, we broke down and smoked weed with Shirley again. And that's our entry into the Kenosha News. Finish the story.
Oh, great. I love that. That is so funny.
Why did it rhyme? Were we writing a song, or is this poetry, or?
He doesn't know the difference between prose and poetry.
Okay, gotcha.
That rhymed
I can't
really
spell
good.
either one, so what's the
That is
difference?
Terrific.
That was an old song from Willie. Toby Keith and Scott Emmerich sang that at Willie Nelson's birthday party.
Oh, okay.
But it was.
So we plagiarized and changed the words.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Shirley, stay warm. Is that another legitimate call?
You hunkered
Sure.
down out in the garage,
Okay.
Shirley?
I'll enjoy. I love your show.
Okay.
Thanks, Shirley.
Thanks, Shirley.
Bye.
That's wonderful.
Have a-
All right.
Stay warm.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Goodbye. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Who's this?
Good morning.
Surviving the snow apocalypse?
So far, so good.
It's only a mere
Okay.
dusting.
Right. We should be used to this.
Who is
Hey,
this?
This is Paul from Racine.
Oh, okay, Paul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to see if, get the help of your listeners. There was a gentleman who called in on the 8 to noon show last week who seemed to know quite a bit about Kenosha. And while the host of the 8 to Noon show was talking up about Vegas and his pending trip to Vegas, called in and spoke with great conviction and with a deep and halting voice. He said there's a salad bar in Kenosha that will put Vegas to shame. But he never was able to get out what that establishment was, and I'd like him to call back and let us know. And then also,
Paul, let the word
out of the history of Kenosha, and I'd like him to call in and talk about some of the snow emergencies we've had in Kenosha in the past.
Boy, you just want us to go right to the end of the edge, don't you?
Well, no, legitimately, this guy called in, and like I said, he said there's a salad bar in Kenosha that puts Vegas to shame. And I'd like him to call in and share where that is. Maybe talk a little. He seemed to know a lot of the history of Kenosha. So
let the word go forth.
Sounds like a genius to me.
You know, we would like to come back here next week.
Well, I would like you to, too.
Yeah, but, okay.
I don't know why you guys are so, it's public service.
That's us.
Trying to put out the word to increase commerce in Kenosha.
That's right. We're commerce. Okay. Right. Paul,
So, have a good day.
Thanks for the encouragement.
You bet.
Like we need some, right?
Thanks, Paul.
Right. Bye.
So, well, if our listeners out there has knowledge of salad bars, and
can you find a salad bar anywhere anymore?
Well, yeah, there's this fellow I'm sure knows what the salad bar is.
Other than maybe one of the cafeteria type style joints.
Well, you're just going to, aren't you? Anyway, to our many couple dozen listeners that are out there.
Oh yeah.
Call us 262-694-1050.
Please do. We may only talk to you for a second because the line will light up and we can't possibly talk to you for too long. We have to move on.
Well, I'd like to get
busy
full
place.
audience participation.
But only brief moments in time.
Well, I mean,
we wouldn't want to have a conversation with people.
Well, yeah, we would, but
we would, but we wouldn't.
Depends on who they are.
Yeah, depends on who they are.
Oh, okay.
We are very selective.
No, we're not.
Now there's no lines list.
Right.
So there you have it.
Right.
So anyway, last week we reported the theft of State Rep Peter Barker's Jeep Cherokee.
No longer state rep.
did?
No, well, yeah, he's a former because
he's now head of the Wisconsin Department of Revenue.
Right. And apparently Mrs. Barker had left the Jeep running in the driveway. Well, she went to go in and get her phone.
Sure.
And so then just after a couple of minutes, she comes back out, and all of a sudden some unknown persons had the same idea and took off with Peter's suitcase and that he was taken to the governor's inaugural ball.
Several suitcases, 2 laptops, Mrs. Barker's ball gown was in the car.
And so the big question that our caller called in last week was Mr. Barker given a citation or Mrs. Barker for leaving the Jeep running unattended? Apparently that's a no-no.
Okay.
No-no. So I called our crack investigator, Dog the Bourbon Hunter.
Okay.
Dog, remember, Dog.
Uh-huh.
He's all over
this.
this.
Corbell.
Yeah, Corbell the Bourbon. Dog the Corbell Hunter.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought just exactly what happened. It was the Russians that had hacked into his GPS system. And meanwhile, while Mrs. Barker's dealing with the cops, you know where they found Peter? Hiding in a closet in his basement. So now that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Not confirmed. Okay.
So now that Peter is on Governor Tony Evers' cabinet, and in true Democratic tradition, they are proposing to build a wall around the Barker house to keep all the intruders out. And I say just shut it down and shut down. You know what? If we can't find the funds to build a wall around Mr. Barker's house, I say shut down the trolley. Put the excuse the pun, put the skids on the trolley for a while, and then we'll show them that we mean business, right?
I must say, Uncle Scotty, you did look rather fetching in that ball gown, though.
I'm retaining a little water these days, and that was a little tight. On me, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Mrs. Barker looked gorgeous. Yes, no.
Sure, maybe so.
Yeah. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Yeah, hi, this is Rico from Racine.
Rico,
Hey, Rico.
Yeah, does his insurance company pay for his car then?
Well, they found
They
the car
recovered the car in Illinois.
in Illinois.
Yeah, but is it totaled, or who's going to pay for the damage to it?
Well, that's why you have insurance, and you bring up a very good point. Why would
But the thing is, he legally left it running. What makes him any different than anybody else?
Attaboy, Rico. See, this is...
you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from?
Yep.
We got a mayor down here in Racine that I don't think anybody's seen him since it snowed. He hasn't pushed himself away from the dinner table yet.
You know what he's doing? He's working part-time. He's one of our Kenosha trolley drivers, and we're mighty glad to have him.
There you go.
You want him back? We'll trade him back to you after the season's over.
No, but you better keep an eye on him.
He's walking around with about a $500 suit. Is that out of line?
With a cattle prod.
Jesus. Okay,
just to keep him awake. Just to keep him awake and moving,
Way to go, Rico.
Okay, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Good show. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rico.
Before we go to the break, now that the IRS has called back this is serious, over 40,000 employees to handle the tax refunds, and with Congress overhauling the tax code, the days of trying to wade through the newly developed forms are something you really should seek some help of a professional. And with 38 years of tax preparation and financial planning experience, Barter's Financial Planning Services can help you find the best solutions on how you can use the new tax code to your advantage and save the maximum dollars for you and your family. Just give me a call, 262-652-6767. We'll set up a free consultation. That's 262-652-6767, and we can answer all your questions. We got another call before we take a break? Sure. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Hey, how's it going, guys? How are you doing on this beautiful snowy day?
Very good. What's that noise in the background?
That is the 10:30 annual Saturday alarm test.
Oh, I hear it.
We can hear it now. Yeah. All right. Yep.
So are we...
You guys didn't know they did that there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're just testing you.
Oh,
We're in a soundproof bunker in here.
Yeah,
we can't hear very much.
Yeah, we're pretty safe here.
I was actually pretty loud. I had to roll up my window.
Yeah, you know what? That's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be an alert for tornadoes. I think.
I believe that's what it is. Yes, the tornado warning.
Or the Russians dropping nuclear bombs on us.
I thought they just used that siren as a everything siren. You know, like I didn't know there was different sounds for different type of emergencies. But okay.
I think they only do that on not every Saturday at 10:30. Do they?
Every other
Saturday.
No, it's every Saturday.
It is.
No, it's every 2 weeks.
Okay, so where are you?
No. I'm gonna have to argue with you on that one. It's every Saturday.
Oh, that's what
I hear it every Saturday, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
right in town in Kenosha. I could be wrong. I smoke a lot of pot.
All right.
Hey. So hey, you never know. It could feel like every Saturday.
Well, since you are on the weed, how do you know that that's a siren? Maybe it could be.
Come on. Hey. Let's not make it out something that it's not.
It could be the trolley.
But hey, that's what that's one of the reasons why I called up. Actually, I love on days like today to go get out with my snowblower and smoke a doob and push my snowblower around, guys. That's the funnest thing in the world.
Hey, what'd you say your first name was?
Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. When you're out there with the doob, do you actually start the snowblower up, or are you just kind of walking around doing snow angels?
I'm running the snowblower, puffing away, buddy.
Well, do you do the whole block?
Sometimes. Yeah. Last time it snowed, I did because it wasn't done, and I got a really nice snowblower.
Well, you're community service. We'll give you a high five right here and now.
Hey, you got to tell me. Have you ever had a really nice snowblower?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever get behind it and just enjoy yourself and want to keep pushing it?
Hey, Bobby, what color is the sky in your world? You're starting to freak me out here. You don't know Ira Ruth personally, do you?
Oh, it's my sister.
That's your sister.
No, he's right. I had a big 8-horsepower snowblower, and I'd take care of my neighbors and do that stuff.
Do you at the end, do you do snow angels in the front yard?
No, it's too cold for it. It blows my high.
Oh, Bobby, for me to tell you to pace yourself would probably be fruitless, but keep up
I'm paced, buddy.
You keep up the good work, Bobby, and try to come down sometime before Easter.
We'll see. Have a good one, guys.
All right. Thanks, Bobby.
What? This is that. See, Elmo, we talked about the blood wolf moon.
That's right.
And this is what happens. All the stars.
Well,
come
everybody's stuck at home. Got nothing else to do but listen to a couple idiots like us.
Maybe when we get to June, we'll order 8 more inches of snow and have an attentive audience. Well, we got to take a break here.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a
bad weather.
Idea.
Very important.
Yeah, and then we get back. We'll have play a little City in Jeopardy and see if we have some more druggies call in, some guys that are on the blow, maybe, and we'll go from there. Who knows? We'll be right back.
Know what our audience demographic is? Oh, my God.
2018 was...
Who's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want.
Once again, a very good morning to everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 19th edition of the award-winning Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, spreading the very cold and chilly love on the red-hot airways of WLIP to over 1.4 million people residing in the Kenosha Today nation. Again, we invite everyone to join the thousands of our fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And we are brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. In the House of Cheer this morning, my spelling advisor, Elmo Schneider, joins our encounter group.
Good morning.
Striving to help me be a better person here in the Kenosha Today nation. You know, we had a first caller in the first half hour that's looking for some information on a salad bar. So if that caller is listening, I know there's one out there. And give us a call at 262-694-1050. Because, you know, one of our goals here, right, Elmo, is to be community service and to not only spread love like we do here from time to time. Okay. Spider is off today. He's out staining the fence, as they say. And, of course, engineering and board operating the Kenosha trolley ride this morning. The prettiest face here at Alpha Media, Wacky Wayne, all jacked up to be back here with all my children.
I'm so excited.
Did you miss us?
You know what? No, I slept in. I don't even remember the last time I slept in on a Saturday morning.
Well, don't you?
I got up like the show was over and I was getting out of bed.
Good
It
call.
was fantastic.
You know, but don't you feel like you're a much better person?
Did you listen to the replay, though?
Yeah.
No, I was at work.
On your ride back to Antioch after this afternoon, don't you feel like you're a better person? I mean, more knowledgeable?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What's that line from Billy Madison? Everyone here is stupider. Just
Yeah.
And that's not a direct comment on our audience because, I mean, guys are out snow blowing and smoking a fat boy. I mean, what the heck? Got to give them some kind of credit. Coming up after 11:30 break, our weekly editorial segment, High Five Zingers and Doofuses, and this week it's as the harbinger turns.
All
right. Also, no one in the first half hour has not won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services.
I would give them extra points if they would spell it the way that you did.
The only person that's going to be able to do that is Bobby, and he's snow blowing right now.
Yeah, turn it upside down. Maybe Bobby can figure it out. Well, you know what? We're going to add a $5 bonus. It's a $20 Boathouse gift card. If you can spell it the way it's here, well I'll bump it up $5 more. Also, this show is being recorded for training purposes, right? Can relive the magic tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Relive the magic.
Also gives our board operator an opportunity to blip out any words. We've been pretty good with that.
Sure.
And
they did one, 2 weeks ago?
Us?
Oh, no, right before Christmas, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't us. That would have been some of our callers. That wasn't us.
No, not you or...
No.
But it's on your show, so it's your callers.
We're very well behaved here.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, yeah.
Got a caller?
Yes.
Boy, you don't have to roll your eyeballs and start spitting up. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Well, let's see here.
I was wrong.
Somebody say something about a salad bar.
Yeah, we had one of our callers as interested. I think it was Paul from Racine.
Paul from Racine.
Yeah, and he was very interested. He's apparently going to try to lose some weight, and he said there was a caller who called in one of the very fine WIP shows on a morning last week and had some information on salad bars. And I think that's you, right?
Oh, boy. My recommendation is to find one that's got grilled shrimp over rice with buttered corn. And also bring a 5-gallon bucket or a wheelbarrow, see.
What's that for?
Well, it's a salad bar.
Oh.
It's like a buffet. It's all you can eat.
Oh.
My kind of style.
Yeah, I see.
Maybe they've got some string music there in the background, something nice to listen to. Perhaps big band music. See.
Haven't
you want to know where all the snow comes from?
Where?
It's from all those jackasses out there that continue to flush those daggone wet wipes down commode.
Easy. No, we can't go that direction. Hey, also the question that was on the table earlier was history. You know a lot of history, don't you?
Snow emergencies.
Snow emergencies. That was it, yeah.
We had a snow emergency I can remember back in 1938, see.
Okay.
I remember exactly where I was at.
Where?
Well, I was at a candy store in Kenosha. I don't like candy, but my father took me there. Yeah.
So it was free candy.
We got a couple of murder investigations too from the late 1930s. We're going to discuss too.
Okay.
We got time for that. See.
Okay.
I don't know if we do.
No, we don't. But as long as you,
I'm kind of disappointed in you two.
So.
Well, from what I recall last week, there was a discussion that you were going to start referring to the Kenosha streetcar line as a streetcar.
Well,
not a trolley, see.
Well, we are underachievers, and let me tell you.
Whatever happened to that?
Well, it's been a trolley in our mind for 25 years or 20, whatever it is. So it's going to be.
It's called a streetcar. Get it right. There's a lot of towns out there that don't have streetcars, and they have no idea what they're missing.
Are you going to think of me as a lesser person if I continue to refer to it as a trolley?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, okay.
We need updates in the 17th district too.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I am very concerned. The residents in Kenosha.
Well, there's a bunch of concern. I mean, they had the snow plows. They had a full run of about 8 plows out there, starting at about 9 o'clock yesterday, 6 hours before the first flake hit the ground, and they're just chipping up.
I want to give credit to those city employees who got the streetcar lines snow plowed out for those tourists that come to see our very fancy streetcar line.
Our fine city here.
Yes. That puts us on the map, right? Yeah. Well, I'm surprised.
They got a fine salad bar down at the boathouse.
Well, we don't have a salad.
It's not the one that makes Las Vegas jealous, though.
Oh, do you gamble?
No. Oh. I don't smoke either. And I don't think anyone should smoke in saloons.
Otherwise, they'll take the wrecking ball to it, right?
I thought you didn't go to saloons.
Well, I don't go to saloons, no.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't go to saloons.
All right.
Those are where the people that are waiting for American Motors to come back sit all day long, see.
Okay. You're not a government employee, are you, on the shutdown?
No.
You actually have a job?
Got a music program tomorrow, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I got another call to take, but I appreciate, as many of our listeners would, the information that you provided us this morning.
A fine public service.
All the drum and bugle corps are dead.
Okay. I gotta go. Thanks, Bubba. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Scotty, boy.
Hey, Captain. You made it to You made it to Mexico?
Yeah. I hear now. I can't listen to your show, Scotty. Listen to this.
Thank you for the times you've listened in the past. Thank you for your attempt to stream one of your favorite radio stations. However, at this time, we do not offer international streaming. Thank you for the times you've listened in the past. Thank you for your attempt to stream.
Well,
we know we're not worldwide.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah, well, you were last year. I don't know whether you lost some weight or something. What?
Speaking of streaming, word reached us that as you were going and trying to get out of the airport, apparently, they had this turnstile. And you got caught up in the turnstile and kept going round and round and round, and you actually streamed down your pants.
Yeah, it was horrible. I was freaked out. My luggage and myself wouldn't make it in the turnstile, and it got stuck, and it wouldn't go anywhere, and I'm there. I had to get change. It was 5 pesos, and all I had was a 20, and some older guy was nice. He put a 5 pesos in it for me. But then I still got stuck. I don't know what happened. It was horrible, just horrible.
So
horrible.
It was a 4-hour flight, and you spent 3 hours trying to get through the turnstile.
Yes, it was horrible. You were laughing at me. It was embarrassing. I couldn't. Yeah.
So
thank you for your attempt. Thank
you for your attempt.
So you made a new friend named Walt. Apparently, he's the TSA agent or the custom agent down there.
Yeah. He's for a battering ram to get into the job. You know? Okay, Pat, I'm going with you. I'm just calling the station. Okay, Scotty, I'll see you later. I got some pals.
To say what?
Biggest fishing contest in the world this year now.
Okay.
The final weigh-in thing.
Well, stay out of the tequila.
Okay.
And don't listen to any of those Mexican girls try to sweet talk you.
I can't. Both of them. Okay. Scotty, I got to go. I'll see you.
All right.
Okay,
See you,
bye,
Mike. All right.
guys. Bye-bye.
See you, Captain.
Anyway, coming up after the 11 o'clock break, the thought-provoking category, almost top 10, which is the top 10.
Top signs of the impending apocalypse in Kenosha land.
And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the Lightning Round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question, and you will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And after that, you will hear the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials to include reduced prices during the happy hour, Mondays through Fridays from 3 to 6. And enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Sunday brunch, which starts next Sunday, by the way, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And also, if you're planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce at 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at boathouse-kenosha.com. Here's the very sophisticated question. Instead of a border wall, what would be a better way to spend $5 billion? A, fly the Kenosha Today staff for a getaway weekend to Bolivia on Air Force One. B, get Trump a new personality and a hairpiece. Or C, buy the Clemson football team double bacon and cheeseburgers from McDonald's. First caller.
What about D, pay off Scotty's bar tab?
This is only $5 billion.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't even come. It's a down.
Doesn't even come close.
A small down payment.
I'd even take a weekend getaway with Nancy Pelosi. That shows you how desperate I am. First caller, 262-694-1050. And we have a caller. Oh, look at the phones light up. Take the first caller there. Mm-hmm. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning.
Who's this? Do you have a name?
How's everybody there?
Do you have a name?
Oh, my name is Laura from Kenosha.
We don't care where you're from.
Hi, Laura.
Just trying to. That was just being stupid, not rude. There's a difference. Okay, Laura.
Not by much.
Instead of a border wall, what would be a better way to spend $5 billion? A, fly the Kenosha Today staff for a getaway weekend to Bolivia on Air Force One. B, get Trump a new personality and hairpiece. Or C, buy the Clemson football team double bacon and cheeseburgers from McDonald's. Now, wait a minute. Just so you know, Laura, this is a very legitimate contest, and that today's very sophisticated question has been licked and sealed in an official Kenosha Today envelope and kept in a Long Island iced tea glass on Funk and Wagnall's porch since last night's production meeting. And you, Laura, with all your powers, all the omission, all knowing, all telling, sage soothsayer and former Kenosha trolley driver will ascertain the correct answer to this very sophisticated question. Right, Laura?
Okay.
You haven't fallen asleep yet, have you? You haven't fallen asleep yet. All right, you still remember the question?
Number 2.
As opposed to letter B?
B.
B.
Get Trump a new personality and a hairpiece. Yes, that's a correct answer, Laura. Wow. You think $5 billion would cover it?
Hell no.
So Laura, today you get to brag because you've just been named the smartest person in Kenosha.
Cool.
Would your husband be very proud of you?
Oh, very proud. He's very happy I got through.
Oh, he just wants the money.
He just wants the food.
Yeah. Well, tell him that there's a this is an FCC rule. He's got to stay home.
Oh, okay.
You took the
Works for
courage.
me.
You had the courage. How long have you been
That's
married?
right.
First of all, how long have you been married?
51 years.
51 years? What's the secret to that? You do all the talking?
No, we just have to compromise.
Oh, that's way overrated. Right, Elmo? Elmo and I have been down this road a couple of times. This compromise, it's, I don't know. He just listens to, he's hanging on your every word, right?
No.
Is he listening to this?
No, he isn't, actually.
Well, then don't tell him you won. Your name will be on the certificate, and just bear it, and, you're going to tell me in 51 years you've never kept a secret from him?
Oh, I have.
Aha, Laura. Well, you're not going to make 52. You're not going to
have.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're very proud of you. Okay, Laura, off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your name, last name, and address and phone number, and Monday I'll send you this out. And,
okay.
And you feel free to come down on any days that end in Y and visit with the Kenosha Today staff, but you might want to bring more than the 25 because we
Cash.
Where do you guys sit at?
On the deck.
Amen corner.
Oh, on the deck.
Not that where the fireplace is down there.
Okay.
So you can't miss us. Some are falling down.
The south end of the bar.
Some are falling down on the floor. Some are falling off and in the process of falling off the stool. Some are throwing up. So it's pretty easy to spot.
And you're just there on Fridays, right?
No, just days end in Y.
Oh, okay.
But primarily Fridays.
We have
that's every day.
We have a full complement on Friday.
Yeah, we have
not everybody shows up.
A full staff on Fridays, and it's called Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter. And if you've been married 51 years, we'd like your input.
Okay.
On don't you want to know what we want your input on?
Probably not.
Anything.
Okay. All right. Don't go away. He's going to get your information.
Okay.
Uncle Scotty, you know what the definition of compromise is?
No, I don't, obviously.
She always gets her way.
Yeah. Well, this is why you and I are sitting here together on a Saturday morning, week after week after week. Let's talk about Pete's.
It's not Pete's anymore,
Oh, that's
Scott.
right. I'm sorry.
The Union Park Tavern, located at 4528th Avenue in Kenosha. Your place for great cocktails, food, and libations. Open 365 days a year from 8 o'clock in the morning to legal bar closing time, except for Fridays when they open at 7 o'clock in the morning. So great music tonight featuring the Gina Marie Trio, Americana and Rockabilly. I've seen them before. They are excellent. So that's the Union Park Tavern, 4528th Avenue in Kenosha, right across from Union Park. Great fish fry and all kinds of good food there.
Who would be silly enough to go to a tavern at 8 in the morning?
7 maybe. You're late if you're there at 8.
I meant to tell Captain Mike the good news and bad news. The good news is you promised not to drink his booze while he was gone. The bad news is
I drank it
all
all before you
left. I forgot that. 2 years ago. I heard that we weren't streaming worldwide anymore. We didn't pay the bill, or what's the deal with WIP or Alpha Media?
Couldn't tell you.
We'll make something up. I asked a question. Don't sit there with that.
It's sitting there with your award.
Yeah. Well,
they sent the payment to the awards guys, hence why you got your award as opposed to the streaming.
Yeah, you know what we got our award in? You know what it says? Shows that suck big time.
I know.
So we got
paid
that.
big money for that.
Well, cost us 3 Long Islands, $6.50 times 3, whatever that comes to, plus tip.
Hey, I'm wondering, can we get a star on the Walk of Fame here in Kenosha, right outside of Pervert's World? We'll be the first one to be there.
Well, with you guys being the harbinger of a Pervert's World to begin with, you could probably have your names above the door.
Why settle? See, don't settle Almost. Don't settle for second.
I'm not thinking big enough anymore.
When you get the perverts word, trust me, I think you will. For those that just didn't understand this, we have proposed a new development for the old Chrysler site called Perverts World. It's a gated community, and you got guys like Harvey Weinstein and Matt Lauer. And
well, all the guys, they can't live anywhere. You can't live by a school, you can't live by a park, you can't live by a church, so you can't live anywhere. So we're going to house them all in Pervert World.
That's right. You got Bill Clinton's going to be there and you got Matt Lauer. Bill Cosby's going to take care of the senior division.
Put condos there, Weinstein Towers.
See, and people think we're goofy.
Think?
And we could even put in a salad bar.
Hey,
if you were so inclined.
If we so inclined. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit. I guess the Trumpsters got a big announcement this afternoon at 2 o'clock, I think, or 3. Whatever it is.
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't pay attention to those things.
Oh.
Sorry. Current events I'm not current on.
I kind of like it how Trump, they're on the thing, on the bus, ready to go Pelosi and that group, and the Trumpster took his plane and went home. They don't play well in the sandbox.
No.
I'm going to predict, Wilma and I were talking about this, we predict that he's going to end the shutdown, take credit for that, and he's not going to declare emergency. This is what, in theory, what we're thinking.
Okay.
And because we are always thinking, you see.
Always.
And that he's going to find the money out of some other things. We got time for one more call here?
You have precisely 40 seconds.
Okay. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Yeah, good morning, Uncle Scotty.
Who's this?
Morning, Padre.
Oh.
Yeah, good morning.
Hey, I don't want to cut you off.
We got like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So can you call me back after the news?
I'll call back.
All right, thanks Father. Yeah, we haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
See, we send you to broadcast. You know, I've heard this ad for broadcasting schools.
It's true.
Is that the same one you went?
No.
It's 11 o'clock.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.
Good morning, everybody. If you just joined us, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 19th Pick-to-Click edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. We are live and local, which is always very impressive when we say we are live and local. I don't know why we do that, but I guess everybody else does, so...
We just want to be like...
We want to be like everybody else. We want to fit in.
Gotta fit in.
Yeah, if you just joined us here in our Kenosha Today Encounter group, we are broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP on your radio dial with the number 262-694-1050. We are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. As you can tell, we take serious journalism to an all-time high.
All-time.
Spanning the globe, reporting on national and state stories, local issues, and basically trying to be your go-to guys for all the news stories that are being reported. Like we had a caller from Paul from Racine and was inquiring about what do you call salad bars.
Yeah.
So we had a caller that was our go-to guy in salad bars, among everything other things. And also joining us this morning, Elmo Schneider is presiding over the impending apocalypse.
Yes, I am.
Kenosha City Nation. We're going to get to his top 10 shortly. Spider Ron is out staining the fence, so he says, and also performing as both our engineer and board operator. A role model. You are a role model.
To somebody somewhere.
So, yeah. Wacky Wayne. We called you the diaper dandy when you're not here.
Right, yeah. He called me that when I'm here.
Well, then we're not talking behind your back.
No, right, exactly.
And my question to you is every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Is there a reason why the Lord should be weeping? Or
other than us being here?
No, right. Other than the fact that we made it in. Yeah, right.
We have a caller there?
Yeah, we do.
Diaper Danny? Okay. Hey, good morning. You're in Kenosha Today.
Oh, at least we did. I think they hung up right when I picked up.
Hello? Are you there?
Nope, they're not there.
Oh. They call
Try
back.
again?
Maybe they'll call back.
Do you know what you're doing?
We don't.
No, I have no control over the phone system. If they call and hang up and then try and call back and
Well,
then
that's-
go away. That's all
just,
them.
Elmo, that's just rude.
That's not my ballywhack, man.
It's not like we hung up on anybody.
No.
Recently, since last week.
Yeah,
But we were provoked.
Who'd you hang up on last week? That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was the last time I was here. Yeah?
Where's a pattern of behavior? on this side
Pattern of
the,
behavior? Okay.
Anyway, any reason the Lord should be weeping this morning? Or I asked you that already?
Yeah, you did.
And
I said no reasons for the Lord to weep.
Well, thank God that
Yeah.
the Lord had something to do with plowing out those trolley tracks before the rest of the...
He would have wept had they not been plowed out.
You know, I wonder if the trolley is... when
Running?
they declare a snow emergency,
Yeah.
if the trolley falls under that, they must, because the trolley's plowed out before the main streets
Well, they
are.
park that in a barn, though, so you can't give a ticket to the trolley for parking on the street.
You know, he's got a point there.
He does. A very valid one.
See, now, when Peter Barca gets going back to his ticket,
Sure.
I think he should take this to court and plead innocent and say his car should be parked in the trolley barn.
There you
See,
go.
you wouldn't have these problems. For those that figure out what we're talking about, Peter Barca got a ticket, or he didn't get a ticket, but our crack investigator dog, the bourbon hunter, is looking into this, why he might have gotten some preferential treatment. You know, that caller that called in about Rico, I think it was, that was taking the mayor of Racine to task.
True.
He was not kind.
No.
Boy, he was brutal and told him that, you know, when I said he was a trolley driver here in Kenosha, he said, well, keep him there, and something about a cattle prod. And
yeah, cattle prods to keep him
Prods,
going and awake, yeah.
Well, mayors are mayors. Also, the status of the...
Just think, you could have been one. If things had only gone a little to the left for
5,000 votes here, another
Couple-
10,000
yeah,
there.
a couple votes here,
You
couple
had to
votes there.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Well, you know.
Also, the status of this morning's secret word challenge
Is misspelled.
is okay.
Very, very misspelled.
And if you say the secret word, it's a $20 Boathouse gift card. And if you can spell it the way it's inadvertently spelled here, then I'll bump it up for another $5. It's like the secret word bonus.
Oh, the bonus. The bonus challenge. Can you spell the way Scotty spells? I don't think
Nobody
anybody can spell the way that Scotty spells, but
maybe instead of me homeschooling my eight-year-old granddaughter, she should be homeschooling me.
There's odds.
All right, Elmo. You want to play a little? Not play.
Can you handle the bell?
Oh, yeah. You know, I've never done this in all these years. Let me see it. Okay.
You got it?
Reversing. Elmo's got a top 10.
All right.
Go ahead.
Are
Whenever
we
you're
ready?
Okay. Written in an underground bunker somewhere near downtown Kenosha, today's top 10 is the top 10 signs of the impending apocalypse. Number 10, the city of Kenosha ice rink is discovered to be a time-space portal either to the 17th dimension or the 17th district. We can't figure out which one.
This sounds more like a manifesto.
Number 9, Captain Mike surrenders his booty. Number 8, a consortium headed by former Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker opens a casino in Kenosha. Number 7, Jeff Bezos from Amazon and Terry Go from Foxconn team up to open a sex robot factory on the Chrysler site, becoming the first industry in pervert world. Number 6, Kenosha Mayor John N. Ramey abruptly resigns to follow his lifetime dream of sailing around the world solo on the Seas Come 2. Number 5, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker abruptly arrives and Irish Roots is appointed to take his place. Number 4, WLIP cancels all live programming and places it with replays of old radio shows, provoking Shirley to leave a flaming bag of dog poop outside the front door of the studio. Number 3, Kenosha City Council President Anthony Kennedy is crowned Mr. Universe. Number 2, Elmo gets married again. And the number 1 sign of the impending apocalypse in Kenosha land, Uncle Scotty Barter is elected Village of Summers Board President.
Very good, Elmo. You know, I do have a comment when you said Anthony Kennedy was awarded the Mr. Universe.
Crown Mr. Universe.
He is the universe. And he's probably licking his chops.
Well,
here. What?
You're just feeding into that whole thing where you want to see him in tights. You just called him your whole universe.
Oh, you called me out?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, Scott. He's going to call and wonder if you guys are going to go out on a date soon.
I just want to go ice skating with the guys.
Holding hands, sliding around the rink.
You know, you go ice skating, you end up in the 17th district. You know, that's the...
Yeah. Well, oh boy. Anyway.
Moving on.
All of a sudden, I'm having visions of me and Anthony hand
Sweet
in hand.
dreams of you and
going,
Anthony.
going around the ice skating rink. Maybe I'll get.
He'll be skating with he'll have you picked up above his head.
Who was the gal that got Tanya Harding? I'll have her take a club to his knee. Good morning here in Kenosha today.
Good morning again, Uncle Scotty.
Yeah, Father. Sorry I had to cut you up, but I want to hang on your every word. I don't want to miss nothing. So.
Well, I understand. You guys are busy in there. You got important things to do.
Oh, we're important, all right.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that I am over at Barter Manor enjoying a nice breakfast. I raided your refrigerator.
At least you can get into the garage along with everybody else.
Yeah. How many?
Yeah,
what, you got a couple hundred people there?
Hopefully you found the good
code,
vodka.
The code is written on the side of the wall outside, so it's really
it's right by the flashing neon lights. It's got the rest with the best.
It's written on the stall wall.
Is in the ladies' room at the boathouse.
Yep.
My number?
You know the garage door code.
Oh, the garage door code.
The garage door code.
Well, it's better than being in the men's room, don't you think?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
And by the way, I had a couple of the English muffins that you had there. Put some nice butter on that.
Oh, wait a minute, Father. I hate to...
And then I tried the jelly. You have these 2 tubs of Kentucky jelly.
Yeah.
Kentucky jelly. Now,
tastes kind of bland, doesn't
it? Of it.
I got.
It's KY jelly.
That's it from Kentucky. That's right.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you,
the flavor wasn't very good.
I got to tell you, Father.
Joke a few weeks ago.
Those ain't muffins either. So if I catch you in the back doing snow angels, just tell the neighbors that you're just fooling around. They'll understand.
Oh, all right. I just wanted to let you know that I think maybe your Kentucky jelly's gone bad.
Did you leave me some? Or
No.
Did you use it all up?
Yeah, I ate it all.
Well, I had two 10-gallon tubs there. How much jelly, KY do you need?
Well, this isn't the only day I've snuck in and had breakfast there.
I'm going to have to start marking my vodka bottles in addition to that bottle because I thought it was evaporation, but
now you know.
Well, they're remodeling the rectory underneath the 50th Street Bridge, so I got to do something.
Yeah. Hey, how's your? Are you still giving blessings out of your red panel truck in the boathouse parking lot, or are you kind of?
Yes, I took my red panel truck down to Indiana yesterday and drove back in that wonderful snowstorm.
Oh, you should have taken a woman with you. I heard Irish Ruth was free yesterday, and you could have put some of that sauce to some real good use.
Some Kentucky jelly to use.
Some Kentucky jelly.
God, please. I had enough trouble.
Hey, you didn't hear, Trump is having a lot of trouble with the government. We're in 29 days of
He's
shutdown.
the head of the government. How can we have trouble?
Well, anyway, we are in desperate times, and desperate times call for desperate measures. So Elma and I have decided to start a coup. Are you going to join it? You going to be with us? We're going to take over the government.
You are?
Yeah. You going to be with us?
I might sit this one out. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I might stop down at the meeting today.
Okay. Well, I'll fill you in. What you're not going to run off and join the Salvation Army.
Peace Corps.
Peace Corps. Yeah. Peace Corps. Yeah. Salvation Army. Anyway, we got some great.
Piece of what?
Piece of what? Yeah. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Father.
Bye.
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 I still remember the time he was here, and some lady won the $25. She was from Racine.
Yeah.
And she says, this is a true story. And she says, well, I'll give it to the padre there.
Yeah.
And she says, by the way, what church do you belong to?
Yeah.
And he says, Our Lady of the Long Islands.
Yeah.
And she was serious. She goes, I'm not familiar with that parish.
Right, exactly. It was great.
Yeah.
I remember that day.
So, Alma, when we take over the government, what do you think we ought to do? I think
fire everybody.
We could appropriate $5 billion and put Stormy Daniels on the Mount Rushmore. What do you think?
Well,
put Stormy Daniels on Mount Rushmore. Mount her on Mount Rushmore. Stormy Daniels.
I'm thinking something, but I can't say it on the radio.
It's probably better that you don't. Yes. Thank you.
Hey, the truth in sentencing law. All crimes are punishable by having convicted felons watch replays of the Kenosha Today Show while they're in solitary confinement.
They've used that. If they ever have like a hostage situation, they could just... Didn't they do that with Manuel Noriega to get him to crack. They played the Barney theme 8 million times in a row before he went nuts.
Well, we would
They
have
could just play us,
I give up. I surrender.
It won't take 8 million times. Probably twice will be enough.
We could put Gunga in charge of a new cabinet level position, the Department of Goats, Sheep, and Roadkill.
What about camels?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, he's got to have. I wonder if we'd be able to get him a government camel. Like there's Air Force One and be Clyde the Camel One.
Yeah, that works.
Unless it's a two-humper. We could have Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We can reassign her to start piloting the Air Force One. And we could redo the Constitution by requiring all Snotnose little kids to learn the Russian language by the time they're in the 5th grade. Seems like they could do that. Of course, they can't spell. You think a 5th grader in Russia could spell?
That's probably the way you spelled it. See, you're already trying to teach Russian. Good job, Scotty. Way to be ahead of the game.
Well, I got a feeling that we got faith in the Trumpster that he's going to put an end to this deal, and we won't have to do this coup. Can you see us having a caucus with Nancy Pelosi?
No.
Why? We'd have to take more than the 2 10-gallon vats of that Kentucky jelly with us, man. Oh wow, she's. But anyway, he's going to plan this announcement today, and our speculation is, just speculation, that he's going to end this shutdown, be a big hero, and
good for him.
Good for him, right? Some other things, Foxconn, and it was in the paper today, failed to meet the state jobs benchmark for 18, so they don't get any tax credits. Well, I mean, that was in the contract, right? They had to come up with 178 full-time positions or employees, and they were 82 short. I got a feeling they're going to have a hard time filling these positions, which leads me, how's this for a segue? If you're a business and you're looking to hire on new people, what better way to seek new qualified hires than to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions? There's approximately 1.4 million people living in the WIP listening area, reaching as far south as Arlington Heights and west of Lake Geneva and northern suburbs of Milwaukee. And if you're looking to fill any position, any position, you give us a call and put it out there. What do you got to lose? Except maybe your business, but that's a pretty good promo, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That'll get us some more sponsors.
Yeah. Anybody want to play Stump the Chumps?
It is that time.
Yeah, and look at the clock on the wall, boys and girls. It's 11:21, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. And if you're successful, you will then have the privilege and high honor of joining us as a guest host on an upcoming show. And it's a trivia question, a song title, or a trivia question. You got to know the answer.
That's important.
That's important. And the chumps this morning consist of Elmo, Wacky Wayne, and myself. So this is when you would appropriately play.
Oh, you want to hit me with your best shot?
Okay. I don't know if that's going to build up the act any, but...
Well, it's worth a shot. It's been funny because sometimes people call in and go, "Oh, that was Pat Benatar."
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. You're the one trying to stump us, not us stumping you.
Sometimes this some of our listeners can be a bigger challenge for us to listen than we are to them. So
it's true.
Anyway, first caller 262-694-1050. A couple stories that. By the way, we did announce that tomorrow is the Super Blood Wolf Moon. It's going to light up the sky.
Is that tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow
night.
At what is it here? I have the time right here.
So Sunday into Monday.
Begins at
9:36.
No, I have 10:41 here.
Well, this says 9:36 Eastern time, which is close.
Oh, it's 10:41 here.
Okay.
So,
that's right.
It becomes total at 11:12 p.m.
So for all you people that are out there, don't forget. For those that I have to remind you, the Kenosha Today, the third replay is at 2:30 Saturday mornings from now on. So if you get home and trying to get lucky, do your best and go with that route. But this is a story.
Yes, because nothing woos a woman more than Kenosha Today.
That's right.
Oh my.
That sounds.
Where's Barry White when you need him?
Yeah, that's not very sincere. This was a story in St. Louis, and this robber goes into a sex shop. Patricia's right here.
They have those in St. Louis?
I guess so. It was an armed robbery of an adult novelty store on New Year's Eve. And so he's going to rob. Look at this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's on a roll material, ain't he? And so he wanted the cash register. So he tells the clerk, and he points a gun at the clerk, and he says, I'm going to kill you if you don't open the cash register in 30 seconds. So then, as the clerk is starting to open the cash register, this guy's going, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And by the time he got to about 18, he couldn't go any further, and out the door he runs.
Oh, jeez.
That's mastermind right there.
Mastermind. Brilliant criminal.
And again, if anyone wants to play Stump the Chumps, 262-694-1050. This was a guy that got... You ever go to a wedding, Elmo, and you have the brides and the grooms always played practical jokes on people in some cases?
I was in a wedding band. I played at 8 million weddings, so I've seen pretty much it. So.
Well, here's what happens. This was in China. And this was what they call a wedding hazing. It's a tradition going back to the days of arranged marriages, and where they play jokes to break the ice between the bride and the groom. Well, here's this 24-year-old guy, and his friends were throwing eggs at him, beer, and they were throwing ink on the groom-to-be as he went to pick up his future wife at her house. And then they ultimately stripped him to his underwear and taped him to an electric pole and beat him with a broomstick.
Sounds like a typical night at Barter Manor.
Usually that stuff doesn't happen till after the wedding night, you know what? And so he sued his friends. He ended up at the hospital for 3 weeks with internal bleeding, a skull fracture, and kind of made the wedding. And his bill came to $4,372 that he sued all his friends, according to the South China Morning Post. That's taken a little bit far, but getting married would be punishment enough. Why would you have to do all that?
Maybe they're trying to beat some sense into him.
Well, 24 years old, throwing eggs, beer, and ink on the groom-to-be as he went to pick up his future wife. And then they stripped him to his underwear, taped him to an electric pole, and beat him with a broomstick. Boy, that's creativity. Maybe, Elmo, that does it for you. I'm not getting married anymore. How about you?
Right. It's a sign of the apocalypse.
Yeah, right.
No, one of the best jokes I ever saw at a wedding. You're familiar with the garter and bouquet ceremony, where they throw the garter and so the husband has to go and retrieve the garter from underneath the wedding dress. So he does this, and he's got a brassiere stuffed up his sleeve, and he puts it up there. He's supposed to pull out the garter. And
Boy, he showed them, didn't he? And what did the missus do? Or she's now the ex.
Oh, she was laughing. She was laughing. I think she was.
Well, some of that.
She had enough cocktails where she thought it was funny. So they were a fun crowd.
Well, some of that wedding stuff gets too much in tradition. They cut the cake and then they all have to smash it in their face, and I don't know.
Oh, no, never do that.
I don't do that.
That's very tacky.
Cake, yeah. Here's another story. A guy in Allentown, Pennsylvania. He's apparently high on meth, and he tries to rob an Allentown liquor store and a 7-Eleven back on Christmas Day. And I guess he was high on meth. Made several attempts to rob a liquor store, but he was stopped by the customers. And you know what his defense was? He claimed he was God. And he was upset that they wouldn't let him take what he wants. I mean, that's
I am the Heavenly Father. I should get these Twinkies for nothing.
Yeah. The fact that I'm all jacked up on meth is...
totally besides the point.
He also attempted...
I am the god of hellfire.
Yeah. He attempted to steal 2 16-ounce bottles of Corona, and but a customer stopped him, apparently dropped the bottles into a shopping basket.
He must have been high. He just going to get something better than that.
Yeah. He got put in jail under a $50,000 bond. Wow. Now, would God have to... who pays it? Would that be Noah? Or...
what's a cubit?
Yeah, what's a cubit? Yeah. Hey, yeah, when are we going to have, what do you call, Noah's Ark Day? Isn't there a day for that?
No, there wasn't.
There isn't?
That's when we had all the floods in the summer that year. So
yeah, that wouldn't be
No, we don't want that to happen.
Nope.
Not technically.
And for those, before we actually, you don't have to actually listen to the regular weather, because we have our own weather here on Kenosha today. And for those that missed it at the outside, did we share this with her?
Yep.
Here's
I think we should.
Kenosha
Yeah.
Today weather report for today.
Wisconsin's getting a lot of snow. Wisconsin's getting 12 inches of snow or over. It's going to be 30 plus centimeters of snow to hit Wisconsin. It's supposed to be a lot of snow and strong winds. It's supposed to be very stormy conditions in Wisconsin. People in Wisconsin, be prepared.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a lot of snow and strong winds.
There you go.
Well,
I think that covers it.
That was.
I think so.
That's right off the WIP weather deck,
Right.
out there, right? See, so
crawling out of a snowbank.
It's going to get a little chilly though, too.
Yeah, very brisk.
Chili today, hot tamale.
No.
God, I hope Father didn't take all my supplies when he left Barter Manor this morning, because I got to have something. I got to have a log to throw in the
Well,
fire.
you just have what's her name stop by with the chips and vodka. You'll be fine.
Oh, Dennis's wife.
What's her name?
Yeah, what's her name? Hey, yeah, Dennis, if you're still listening, call me. I got to see if we can work something out with what's her name for later on.
They'll probably be at the mall once she gets him out of jail.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of that other guy, this is another story in Florida, and she robs a postal worker with a toy gun, claiming she was God. Now you can't both.
A lot of people claiming they're God out there.
Yeah. She got arrested pointing a toy gun and to rob a postal service. Why would you rob a postal service? What do they got other than bills and dopey letters?
Well, they got some cash on hand.
Well, she officers detained her, and when handcuffed, she told them she was God, and she was hearing voices too. Go figure.
When did she rob the post office?
Oh, this would have been right after Christmas. Apparently.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
You go in right around Christmas.
Charged with armed robbery and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and a lot of people claiming to be God these days.
Something to aspire to, Scotty.
Maybe in the last half hour we can call Libby Custer and see how she's doing. I guess that was a cheap shot, wasn't it?
Inviting disaster, aren't
Yeah,
you?
right.
Yes.
All right, let's take our last break.
All right.
2018 was a...
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies.
We are back and heading down the home stretch on the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. Oh, I had to call her. I was going to get to it. They
So close. Yep.
Well, I'm sorry, caller, but we had to get through this. Call me back, 262-694-1050. If you just joined us, this is the January 19th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. As promised, we are still broadcasting live to over 1.4 million people residing here in the Kenosha Today Nation. And the good news is, unless the apocalypse hits quick, Elmo, I mean, we're going to be here next week.
Well, it'll be after tomorrow night. So.
Oh, okay.
Since the moon is but a harbinger of the apocalypse.
Maybe I should have a half-price sale on that Kentucky jelly. going out of business.
Yeah.
Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, the ever-loving Elmo Schneider.
Good morning.
Spider is off in Spider Dome someplace, I guess. And along with engineer board operator Wacky Wayne. Hey, I think I've asked you this before, but I ask you again. What does it feel like to sit over there and have the power to just hit one button and take us completely off the air? I'm not encouraging that.
I've obviously never exercised that particular ability. That's not necessarily true. I mean, we've had to drop a mic here and there due to circumstances beyond our control.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
we have never actually been cut off completely from the rest of the world, from the outside world.
No.
We just fumbled around for about a minute or so.
2 hours. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, somebody goofed around with this microphone gizmo.
When you were here with Selovich, you were having some issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Never on your watch.
No.
Not on your watch.
Everything's worked out just fine.
Again, if you happen to miss today's show, you can tune in tomorrow WIP and relive the magic. And
You mentioned Tanya earlier, so Nancy.
I still think if little Anthony calls in, I'm still going to invite him ice skating.
I bet you are.
And then I'm going to dress somebody up like Tanya Harding, and with a big.
Actually, her boyfriend did it. She did not do the clubbing.
Well, I'll get somebody.
Jeff Galooly did the clubbing.
Yeah, you want to do the clubbing?
No, I don't do it. Only baby seals. That's all I do.
Okay. Status of the secret word. Challenge to win a $20 Boathouse gift card from Barter's Financial Planning Services. Still yet to be named. And we have a little bonus. If you happen to say the name, you get the $20 Boathouse gift card. And if you can spell it the way it was purposely spelled wrong, just to kind of spice up the contest a little.
Spicing it up.
I do have a clue.
Oh, okay.
Cone of silence.
Okay.
There you go. You've got a clue.
Cone, K-O-N-E, right? And now, boys and girls, it's that time for this week's special editorial segment. High Five Zingers and Doofuses. This morning's headliner is As the
Harbinger Turns.
Like the sands of the hourglass in the days of our lives. This week, I've combined the doofus and the high five. And so the doofus part goes to the Kenosha News for putting the story of 4 thugs who pleaded not guilty to killing a drug dealer last November right next on the front page to 14s from Salem who had just attained the ultimate rank of Eagle Scout, side by side. On the front page, to this we say, poppycock. Now, our question is, what the hell were you folks thinking? If this was intentional, we would love to hear your explanation on how this was a good journalism piece. And if it was by accident, then I'm sure the Russians probably had something to do with it. However, we applaud the efforts of the students. Nick Trecker, Alex Rubinacher, I hope Jason Eberle, Eberly, and Nicholas Harder for staying together since they were first got together as Tiger Cubs and accomplished something that only 4% of Boy Scouts can achieve. Personally, I would rather read about young kids who strive to be role models in the community instead of young gangsters whose only claim to fame is they know how to recite their Miranda rights. Elmo, you got a zinger?
Sure. This week's zinger goes to President Donald Trump for the obvious racial slight he made when he hosted the Clemson Tigers NCAA champion football team at the White House. Yes, he did serve them burgers and a bunch of stuff, but he only got them from McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King. I say, where was Taco Bell? He's obvious slight to the Hispanic community here, and but although on other thoughts, since Trump is actually Hitler, I'm surprised he didn't serve bratwurst, sauerkraut, and Wiener Schnitzel to them, or better yet, colluded with the Russians and served them borscht.
If the Trumpsters listening, we're coming for your job. Elmo and I are going to take over
with all the stuff about the wall. Why did he run for the border?
Exactly. Exactly. This is why Elmo and I should be running this government. There'd be no shutdown.
Yes, I can see all the glory that is you two running the government.
Well, there is. Prostitution would be illegal in all states. Smoking doobie and like Paul, or not Paul, who was they called from
Bobby.
Bobby. He wouldn't have to worry about
Kenosha,
getting caught. And there's advantages to our way of doing business. The perverts world would be in every like they have Disneyland, and Disney World.
Sure.
You talk about the tourism for the people just coming here. I would endorse, Elmo and I would give him federal grant money to extend that trolley to perverts world. Can you see all the little kids? Hey, mommy, look at that. I think this, Elmo, pack our bags, we're out of here.
Off to Washington.
Head to Washington, yep.
Yeah.
Scotty goes to Washington.
Hey, we couldn't do much worse, could we? Really? Seriously. We got 800,000 people out of work now. But I think the Trumpster's going to put them back. That's our guess this afternoon. But, we'd take Nancy Pelosi and we'd straighten her out. And we'd take away her grant for makeup.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably got a $100,000 federal money grant for putting her makeup on.
Probably.
And she had a $100,000 bar tab on a government-owned plane. We would take her gavel away. We can play...
It's one big hammer.
You're talking to me? That's not the first time I've heard that, almost. No, I lost my train of thought. Squirrel! I got a big thank you to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue, open Mondays through Fridays at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials, along with reduced prices during the happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. On Mondays through Fridays, the Boathouse also features 30 specialty beers on tap, and you can enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Sunday morning brunch serving from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That starts next Sunday. And they have also from during the lunch hours from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They have new $7, $8 lunch specials, express specials, and they got some great items here that anything from artichoke and seafood lasagna, half sandwich, soup of the day, Parmesan garlic crusted chicken Caesar, and some Parmesan garlic and some more crab and cheese stuffed. So if you're looking to have a party, funeral lunch or wedding, call Joyce at 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at theboathousekenosha.com. Yeah, you want to talk a little about Pete's? I mean, I'm sorry. Anymore. It's hard to break an old dog of
The Union Park Tavern, located at 4520 8th Avenue in Kenosha, the place for great spirits, food, a great fish fry, roasted chicken tonight. People say they got the best chicken in town. So, brunch tomorrow morning. Mark your calendar. They have the Union Park 2nd anniversary party coming up on February 9th, and it is Fatching, which is a German Mardi Gras party. So, dress up like a crazy Mardi Gras carnival type person and go down there. I think they're going to have prizes for
when is
the best costume down there. So,
when is Fat Tuesday coming up? Is that
that's March 6th?
Oh, it's not
March
March
5th.
Oh.
5th, I believe. So, Shrove Tuesday.
I always kind of look forward to watching the clips where the girls
show
their shirts.
Trying to get some beads, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at beads, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, not that I'm condone that type of behavior, but hey, if they do it, who am I to say anything?
Right.
We could do that. We could bring shirt lifting and make that a permitted type of behavior here in K-Town.
You going to be doing that?
Oh,
lifting your shirt?
No, not me.
We got that picture of you around the pool at Gene's house.
That was. Oh boy, they're still talking about that. I'm surprised that anybody even developed that.
Then put it on every door and windowed surface at the boathouse.
He did.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody want to play Stump the Chumps? We got a few minutes left. 262-694-1050.
So when Jim was in last week, did you guys talk about him bringing by guests to promote the show?
Yeah, probably. Well, the show's not till March.
Not till March, so we
March
probably got
22nd.
another month.
I told him because he always brings in two of those. He calls them strippers, And I told him I think it's never too early to start planning.
Yeah. Right.
And I told him to stay home, let these two girls come in, so you can try to do your job.
Right. Well, I'll be fine on my end. It's you I'm concerned with.
Well, if she wouldn't touch me,
right? So do we need
my
to?
Shoulder.
So
you still haven't washed it.
Should we see about building a wall around you?
Oh no!
Get you like a Pope Mobile, a little clear plastic case to keep you in.
Hey,
keep you safe.
When you become 69 years of age, you're gonna, all we got left is hope. Hope, prayer, and so lots of duct tape, and hopefully
some Kentucky jelly.
Kentucky jelly.
A lot of Kentucky jelly.
Father Marcus. Here's a story. This is when we get to the end of the pile. So to speak.
Right, yeah.
A
the
mom
bottom of the barrel.
Allegedly tried to poison her hubby by spiking drinks with antifreeze. I think we've heard this before, but, this guy, and he actually survived.
Oh, wow.
So a few guys, and this was I think this was in Florida, and she tried
That's where all the weird stuff happens.
Yeah. He managed to save himself by spitting out the foul-tasting beverages. And this gal first tried to poison him with motor fluid when she snuck into his house. But you know what? If you're a guy, let the word go forth. And if you see a can of 10W30 sitting on your nightstand, that ain't there.
There's probably
not there for what
thing.
you think it is.
Right.
And she's not working on your car either. She's putting antifreeze in there. So.
Right.
Let's see, did she get... this guy, he was pretty smart. He knew something was wrong. You okay there?
I'll survive.
You want to put the antifreeze over to the other side?
No promises.
He was wrong. He knew the drink was wrong as soon as he sipped it and detected a chemical taste. So a search of the mom's phone revealed that she had searched online for antifreeze with alcohol. So, Elmo, you're talking about the Manhattan still being the number one drink?
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashions, I'm sorry. Do you think that, what do you call vodka with a twist of antifreeze? And then you garnish it up with fruit?
I'm not so sure. Probably not a good idea.
Probably not a good idea. Here's a guy. He left a can of air freshener. Oh, jeez. This is when he was having a tete-a-tete with his girlfriend. This guy's 40 years old. And they run him into the emergency. And here's the picture. He had taken or she did. This is the Dominican Republic. Hopefully Captain doesn't run into this deal. She had taken a can
That's an island. It's not even near Mexico.
Right. Well, this is the captain.
You were, I'm sure you were a geography major in college.
Absolutely. Sure.
Yep.
Anyway, she put a can of Glade up his buttocks during a wild night of passion lovemaking. And here's they pulled this thing out of here. And
left the cap behind?
Well, I mean, they show the X-ray here. This is, man, how passionate of lovemaking can you be where you put a... Oh, I know. Here's why this was there to begin with.
Oh.
I missed an important part. Apparently, when this guy makes love to his wife, he seems to pass a lot of gas.
Oh.
So, see, now
it
that's
makes way more
logical.
sense.
Connecting the dots. See, I left out the most important part.
Uh-huh.
So, like my buddy Dennis in Waterford, he can't pass a lousy kidney stone, but he can pass a whole can of Glade. So, I mean, some people you just got to wonder how this is, why they do this. So, she took a can of Glade and she took care of that problem. 262-694.
That's uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have lunch after this?
Yeah. Here's a woman riding a cart. She was
riding a cart.
Riding a cart, drinking Pringles.
No. You have that. She was riding one of those little mobility carts, drinking wine out of a Pringles can in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh, okay. Well, I was getting to that.
Get your story straight. Come on.
So anyway, you tell the story, Elmo. She was riding a cart, riding in one of those.
Yeah, she took one of the mobility carts that they have to assist, the shopping carts that they have for handicapped people to go through the Walmart. Well, she was tooling around in the parking lot, slugging wine out of a Pringles can while she was doing this, and
what's so wrong?
Ended up being apprehended.
Apprehended, yeah. How do you explain that to the officer? Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hello, how's it going, Scott?
Hey, Dennis. Thanks for calling. Did you hear the story?
I heard you mention my name in relation to Glade.
This guy's making passionate love to his wife, and apparently he has a problem in that when he does this, he passes a lot of gas. So she took a can of Glade and put it up his buttocks.
Well, I knew a guy once who was going out with a girl, and he said he had to hang one of those Shell no pest strips by his girl.
What do you mean, cooties? No cooties on me.
Is that your wife barking there?
You're lucky she's not listening. No, that was one of my faithful dogs, Luigi.
Luigi. What's so faithful about him?
Well, he was named after the owner of the restaurant because the owner of the restaurant is some kind of relation to my wife's family.
Mr. Ziccarelli.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Well, thanks for enlightening us. Hey, here's a guy who was heavily intoxicated, and he enters the wrong home, and he snuggles with a 150-pound... What kind of dog is that?
We talked about that last
week. We did?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember when that happened, yeah.
Well, then I guess I won't repeat myself.
Time
anyway.
Do some housekeeping there.
Yeah, so...
God, Luigi must know you're talking about dogs or something.
Don't you feed that dog?
Yeah, you should see what this dog eats.
Chips and vodka. Got it.
Chips and vodka, yeah. So
yeah, I know. He's all ticked off because he loves chips, and you keep running us out of them over here.
Does he drink vodka too?
No, only. I got to run out. It's real hard for me to find it. I got to find some Strohs.
Strohs.
So, what mall does your wife have you tripping off to today?
No, actually, she went to the club to work out for her hip, and then she was going shopping for a gift for a baby shower.
Well, what's her card doing by the adult gift store over here?
That's the gift for the baby shower.
Gift for the baby shower.
Well, I can tell you a story when we're together. She had to buy something for one of her bar patrons when she was a bartender, an older bar patron who needed her to go to that store and get something for him, let's just say.
Dennis, this is Uncle Scotty and Elmo you're talking to. That it's not going to fly. But our question to you is, did it fit you?
No.
No. Do you have a lot of snow out there in Waterford?
Oh yeah, we got at least I'd say 5-6 inches.
You don't have a trolley out there, do you? So
I've just I was on my snowblower, and that's why your show sounded really good because I had the loud engine going, and from what I could hear, it was sounding really good.
Hey, you laugh and make fun of me. That's kind of rude, too, by the way. But we had a guy from Bobby. Bobby calls in, and you know what? He's out. He's doing his snow blowing. He's smoking a doobie.
Yeah, I heard that. You missed a golden opportunity to hook him up with Shirley.
They probably know each other.
Yeah. Indirect communication. I don't want to, advertise their product. But
He's probably been hanging out in the garage anyway. So yeah.
Do you go out and do snow angels out in the backyard?
No.
Well, what do you do?
I leave that to the dogs.
Snow angels?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, don't eat any yellow snow because that's not good for you.
I know that's what Frank Zappa said exactly.
And according to this incident where the gal tried to poison his her husband with motor oil, if you wake up and you got a can of 10W30 there, you might not want to suck out of that pretty quick, right away.
I was wondering why Nancy went out and bought a can of motor oil last week. Okay.
It's not for what you think. Aha! It's not for what you think.
Does she also have a Glade can next to the bed?
Yeah. Here, sweetheart, this is going to help you pass your
stone.
Your stone, yeah.
Well, there's no fart like an old fart.
We have to end the show like that, Dennis? All right. All right, well, you keep up the good work.
Did anybody guess the secret word?
No, go ahead. No. One shot.
All right. It's hard to spell. I got to say it's gulag.
Gulag.
No. All right, we're out of time anyway, so here's the you could have won 20, and if you could have spelled it the way it was purposely written here.
Purposely misspelled.
We could have bumped it up 5. The word was chaos. Now, think about how you think it might be spelled here.
The way Maxwell Smart would spell it would be...
That's my clue, is the cone of silence. That's it.
Okay, go ahead.
There you go. The way to spell it the correct way is CHAOS.
Yes,
we know that.
I pointed that out.
We know that.
Here,
we're not stupid,
Okay, you probably spelled it KAOS.
Incorrect.
You forgot the Y.
KAYOS.
Yeah.
Well, again, you're thinking of the Kenosha Youth Organization.
I was thinking of that Kentucky jelly that Father Marcus called in about. So, well, anyway, Dennis, it's been delightful.
Another great show in the Kenosha Broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
We are award winners,
Epic.
Big winners here.
All right, Dennis. Thanks.
Send that tape straight there.
What's that?
Send the tape of the show straight there to the Kenosha Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have our own Hall of Fame once Elmo and I take over the government. You in with us, by the way?
Definitely.
We're going to need a high level cabinet position.
Sergeant at Arms.
A sergeant at Arms, or you could be in the drug administrator.
Wait, I'll be your I'll head up your Secret Service.
You'll have your head up as what?
Secretary of the Posterior.
Yeah. Boy, Dennis. we take care of those who take care of us. All right, I got to go.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Got one caller left here. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Oh, they hung up again.
Can you imagine that? That's rude to hang up on people.
Well, it is what it is.
I forgot this. Kenosha County Council and vetsroll.org. Sunday, actually it's tomorrow, at the Brat Stop from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And it's going to be in the Wisconsin Room. Entertainment's by the band Trip. And they're trying to raise funds to send some senior veterans on a 4-day trip to Washington, D.C. come May at no cost to the veteran or Rosie the Riveter, and get out there and see what Vets Roll. We talked about this, I think, when we were on Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
Yeah,
They
Veterans
did
Day,
that was
yeah.
part of the show. That guy was here
And
from Beloit.
last thing, the new forms for the 2018 tax should be in the system. So if you have questions on the new tax code, give me a call, 262-652-6767. I tell you, folks, this has all been redesigned. The paperwork is going to be 3 times what it used to be. That's not a simple thing anymore. One last caller there?
If you want, sure.
Okay. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Okay, we got one more. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Is the secret word microfilm?
No.
Leave a cabinet spot for me for Secretary of Streetcars.
Okay, Bubba, you're the man. Thank you very much. We never thought of that. Streetcars.
Streetcar, yeah.
Okay, Bubba, I got to go. And got to thank the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, Barter's Financial Planning Services.